Hi guys, how are you? My name is Bruno, and today's workshop we have Jimmy Nelson teaching us 6 videos that every business needs. That's it. Let's go. It's with you, Jimmy. Welcome aboard.
Thank you for having me. Thank you and Big View as well, and thank you all for joining today. If we're live, that's fantastic. If you're not live, then you can still comment, leave a message. I'll be monitoring the channels. Today, I'm going to be talking about 6 videos every business needs to generate and nurture leads to make sales, in conjunction with Big View and my organization, Moving Forward Small Business. So let me just get started here because I like to just jump in. It's going to be jam packed. It is being recorded. Um, Philippe, it's good to see you, sir. Thank you very much. Feel free to drop in the chat who you are, where you're from, and what business you're in as well. That kind of helps a little bit. Let's start with the question: what is video marketing? And video marketing simply is leveraging video to market your brand, your products, your services in a very engaging and dynamic way. Because at the end of the day, Savita, hi, how are you? Video is so powerful. You know, if they say a picture's worth 1,000 words, video is worth so much more, millions, and it can just do so much more than an image or a blog post where you can convey a lot of emotions. You can really steer the every aspect of what you're trying to do in regards to the music, the words being spoken, the visual images being used. And today we're going to talk about 6 very specific videos that you should be leveraging, and they actually work hand in hand with each other to build a really strong sales or marketing funnel. Okay, so we got quite a few people jumping in and saying hello and saying where they're from. Anthony Heritage and Health Foundation, David Simpson, qualified personal trainer. At the end of the day, people are constantly searching, and we know this online. And we want to be able to have some content that is optimized for search, but then some content that's optimized for conversion. Two different things. If you've ever been to traffic and conversion, they talk about, you either got a traffic problem or a conversion problem. It's one of the others. And your system that you need to build has to be able to leverage both. And if you had to fix one or the other one, you can't fix conversions, meaning converting people to customers or converting them to leads, unless you got traffic first. So you got to get the traffic, then you focus on the conversion. So you start with one, and then you use that to leverage the other one, and now you get this perfect system. So let's talk about the benefits of video marketing. One, video humanizes your business. Video helps you tell a more engaging story with emotion and passion, which I absolutely love. Video can be used to directly boost sales and revenue. I have one sales video we used to use that was literally 20 minutes long, and you would go, who would in their right mind would want to watch a sales video that's 20 minutes long? Well, it all depends on, it's about placement at this point. I would never send a new lead. I would never send someone I just met a 20-minute sales video. At the end of the day, I look at, that video is triggered to go out after they've taken numerous steps through my marketing and sales funnel. That at that point, if they reach that point, that video can be shown. I know that they're so interested. They're really trying to figure out, is this the right product for me? Especially if the price point of that particular product or service is pretty high. So then they want that information because they've invested time and energy into researching and understanding that this is possibly going to be the solution to my problem or the opportunity I'm looking for to achieve a certain goal. Okay. Lynn Lau asks, is it possible to use Big View with a teleprompter like Glide View? I'm going to leave that one up to Bruno to answer. And then, of course, video can be used to engage prospects and customers throughout the customer buyer's journey. And so this is where, you really got to do a little extra here and develop a customer buyer's journey. And then you place video in that sequence so that video has been delivered at the right time. Okay. So what are you going to get out of this presentation? You're going to discover, of course, the 6 videos that you need to convert prospects into paying customers. You're going to be able to get started using video without spending a ton of money on tools, because I have teleprompters and big cameras, and I turn them on very seldom now, and if at all, because most of the work I'll do is from my phone or from my Zoom, my webinar thingy here, my camera. The quality is just so great that you just don't need all that extra stuff. And the focus on the video is always about the content, not necessarily about the production. The production needs to be high, but the quality of the content has to be strong. And that's because that's what people are there for. You can quickly and easily pick content that ranks on YouTube. There are tools you can use to help give you the right keywords, so you can create the right headings and the right attraction type of headlines that's going to get people to watch your video, but also for your videos to be found. And then you want to become the go-to person for your preferred client base. Excuse me. Okay. So what is the biggest mistake most businesses make when creating video for the first time? They think that the video itself is going to do all the promotion for them. And at the end of the day, the video is a tool, just like a business card. If I give you 1,000 business cards, are you going to take those business cards and set them on the edge of the desk of your work desk and wait for people to come and grab those cards just because you created them? No, you have to go out. You have to put those cards to work. You need to be in places where your audience is to give those cards out. That's the same thing with a video. You don't put it on YouTube and wait for the views to come. It will never happen that way. If you optimize the video, it takes a while for the optimization to kick in, but that's one source of generating traffic. But another aspect is to share that video with colleagues, with partners, with sponsors, with anyone that shares the that has the same audience but is not in competition with you, but your products and services are extremely aligned with each other. So you need to leverage the video as in many places as possible, including, of course, popping it on your social media channels. So these are things that you must do with the video once it's done. And it also depends on what type of video it is. And again, we're going to talk about which videos are great for partners and which videos are strictly internal, and part of your sales funnel that people only see when they hit certain aspects of your funnel, and trigger those videos to go out. Okay, here's some myths about video. Myth number one: producing video is hard and expensive. Not anymore. You've got tools like Big View, you've got your phone, you've got all these things now that are coming out that just make it easier. Now, that doesn't mean that you still may not one day spend a lot of money on a great commercial. You just don't have to do that as much. So I do a combination of both. I'll do videos that are talking heads just like this that cost me no money. And then I'll spend money on a video if I need it to do a specific thing. And I also need a specific production value. If I'm asking you for a lot of money, I'm not going to continue to do videos that look like they were made in my basement. So there's a balance between leveraging great video and leveraging people to produce an incredible video for you, depending on where you are in your business. I heard SEO is dead. At the end of the day, if you guys have all searched online, SEO is not dead. So you need to optimize certain videos so they can be found and let that do the heavy lifting, especially at what we call the top of the funnel. So at the top of the funnel, you optimize a video for search so it can be found. You got discovery. People find out about you. Now you give them the opportunity to now go into your funnel. And I'm not a camera person. I'm an introvert. But at the end of the day, when I talk about my passion, which is what I do for a living, you can't tell. And that would be the same for every single person here. It would be great for you to be on camera, but you can still use videos that don't require you to be on camera. But at the end of the day, you want to start to show that vulnerability, and you want to put yourself out there because at the end of the day, speaking itself has a huge amount of advantages. I don't do cold calling. I don't do any sales calls or anything like that because I have way too many people that see me online. They like my personality. They like what I'm talking about. And then they want to connect with me for various reasons. So when you put yourself out there, you're going to get some type of great return because you're talking about something you're passionate about, and you're talking about something I'm sure you know a lot about, and it will come through on in the video. And your first few videos will suck if you haven't done this before, and just get ready for them to suck. I watched videos of me back in the past. I'm like, oh, what happened? So it's okay. Go out there, you make those mistakes. There's no growth when you're in your comfort zone. So get out of that comfort zone. Okay, here we go. So here are 5 steps to creating a video marketing strategy. First, you start with the tools you currently have at your disposal. So if you guys are big view people, you've got big view as a tool. You've got your cameras, you got your webcams, you got. The only thing is, here's a hint. People will sit through bad video. They will not sit through bad audio. So you need to make sure you have a great microphone. If you're using your phone, you really need to try to either get the earbuds or get a wired one or not. Or if you're sitting in front of your computer, try not to use your onboard mics on your computer or your onboard mic on your webcam. Get a real microphone. It's worth the investment. They're extremely cheap. So that's my only thing I would say. If you don't have, spend some money on that. Develop your foundation and tell your story, so you can create content. I'm going to show you what that looks like. You're going to create your content strategy. You're going to start leveraging the 5 videos I'm going to talk about today. And then at the end of the day, the objective is to integrate it into your overall marketing strategy that you should have for your business. So, and that can include additional online stuff, blogs and articles and partner related content like ebooks and whatnot, but also your offline strategies as well. So this should be part of that overall strategy. Okay. So again, we talked about starting with the tools you already have, which include a camera, audio recording, decent lighting. Make sure you got some great lighting, a platform to host your videos on. Some platforms are very specific to certain things. YouTube, I use a lot differently than I would use Big View's platform and Vimeo. So depending on what platform you're on determines, is determined about what's the purpose of the video that I'm creating. And then at the end of the day, great content. Start, that's the experience. That's at the end of the day, if the content's not great, it doesn't matter about anything else that you're doing or what equipment you're using or how fancy your setup and system is. If the content is not strong and not relevant to the person that's watching it, none of that matters. And then keep it simple. I'd rather do simple than very complicated. So, don't think that you got to do a million things. Just figure out what's the one thing I need to do. What's the one thing I can talk about? And then let that kind of build. And then you're going to start gaining some momentum. Okay. Other options for producing great content, of course, is outsourcing, training someone on your team, or hiring a professional. Maybe you want to record all the videos on your computer and then send it out to someone to edit it and make it look professional. We do this all the time for clients where, sometimes we shoot for them. Sometimes we've taught them how to shoot their own stuff, but then they still need that professional polishing on the back end to make the videos look great, make them sound great, make them make sense to the audience. So there's tons of different options you have for making sure that your content, first of all, is top notch, 100% pristine. Okay. Now let's talk about developing your foundation and telling your story. Okay. So define the purpose and mission statement. So this here is huge. I talk all about this. I've been talking about this for years. Everything around your business revolves around your purpose, your vision, and your mission. When you know what those 3 things are and who they're for, then creating content becomes easier, and I think Wistia was the one that said, if you want to never run out of things to talk about, focus on creating content around your purpose and your vision and your mission versus your products and your services. Because your products and services are pretty straightforward, but people sometimes don't know they need your products and services. But when you talk about your purpose, your vision, and your mission, why you exist, who you help, how you help them, and why that's important to them, now that's what people gravitate to. That's the emotion for why people want to take action, why they want to maybe better themselves or better their situation or better things around them, is based on the purpose, vision, and mission. So even if you sell shoes, you can create videos around shoes, but what's the purpose of you wanting to create shoes? Is to, to give more people an opportunity to live, go to work, hike, enjoy nature. When you look at these car companies, these car commercials, they don't try to necessarily sell you the car. They talk about what you can do with the car, how you can go on the ultimate trip with your best friends, how you can have the best night out with the girls, how you can, bond with your son, and things like that, because that's the end result of your products and services. And that's your purpose, that's your vision, and that's your mission. So you craft a great story around that and your purpose and why you do what you do. And then you got to develop personas. And if you haven't heard this word, a persona defines your ideal customer. And that's a real example of who that person is. It's not made up. So you really got to know, who am I really trying to attract? And so you can have one persona, you can have 5 personas. And so what's a persona? It's kind of like a made up, like I said, it's made up, but it's real. And you'll describe not only like demographics, like, females between the ages of 25 and 45, but we'll talk more about psychographics and things like that as well, which may say, she's an introvert. She likes to read stuff online. Here are some of her problems. Here are some of her goals. Here are some of her challenges. Now you're getting really in there when it comes to who she is, because that's now helping you create content that addresses her problems or solutions, exactly, Savita's avatar. And when you're able to do that, and then you tie that to the purpose, to their problems or their challenges, and you answer that with your products and services. So that's how you start to tie some of this stuff together. And now it makes more sense to the person that you're advertising to, instead of trying to be extremely generic with your product, with your content, and trying to reach as many people as possible. And then you're reaching no one because it's too generic. Okay. So you create a content marketing strategy. What does that look like? You need to start with some keywords. You need to do some keyword research based on your products and services. What are people searching for? You need to identify keyword phrases your ideal customers are searching on the internet. You can use free tools like the Google Keyword Planner, YouTube Search, even if you type in words, and even a free tool called Uber Suggest, created by a guy named Neil Patel. Now, what you're doing here is you're looking for some keywords that are being typed into Google that are relatable to your content. So loving this team introvert. Oh yeah, definitely. So it's when you do that keyword research, what keyword research does, if anyone here has done real keyword research, is you can build a beautiful home and you can be in the middle of the desert. If no one can find that home, I don't care how beautiful it is. The key here is to build something that people are already searching for. So there's a fine line. There's kind of like a connector between who you're trying to reach and the people that are out there that need your help. And you need to find those keywords that they're searching for and place your product or your service in the line of fire. So they go, oh, okay. So let's take a look here. We got financial services here. So the key word is, what products, what problems do my products solve? And that becomes a level of keywords. So keywords are your products, but they're also what problems people have to need your products and services. Because at the end of the day, that's where they're going to start searching. I have this problem. I can't, I'm struggling to, for the best ways to, if we're talking about financial services, to save money. So you have specific products, but they're not going to search for those product names they don't know exist. You need to figure out, what are the things that people say to me when they're searching for my products, and then create content around that. And that's what you can use to start creating video content. So let's keep going. Here's some ideas to get more ideas for content creation. What questions do your current clients repeatedly ask you over and over again? That's video content ideas. What tasks do you do repeatedly over and over again on behalf of your clients? That's content that you can create. Visit industry blogs, trade publications, and forums to get some ideas of what people are asking on there. How do I do this? Why does this work like this? And you can answer those questions and then tie it back to how you help people do this every day. Boom. Now you're putting yourself in the line of fire. And again, leveraging tools like Keyword Planner, and I use a tool called Simres, which is an incredible tool as well for a lot of digital marketing, including keyword research. Okay. Then after you created those videos, you want to optimize those videos. Now, I optimize the videos for YouTube, but I also optimize those videos on my website, and I may optimize them on other platforms as well, if given the opportunity. So you optimize the video title with the keywords. You make sure that keyword is in the video title. You also make sure that keyword is in the description, the tags, and if you can use it on a custom thumbnail, you can do that as well. And if you're using big view, you have to use a script. So you export that as a SRT file, and you make sure you upload that if there's a place for you to upload that. And that's specifically for like YouTube, Vimeo, and Wistia, because because YouTube can't, or Google can't see the video. So they'll read every aspect of the video, the description, if you got a transcript in there. So it knows this is a great video for this particular search and query. Add annotations if you can, depending on the platform, with external links to other blog posts or affiliate links that either the blog post links lead back to your website, or affiliate links lead to the products that you make money on if they purchase the products. So you include tons of other stuff into this video and really optimize the video so it's extremely useful for the end user, depending on where it is. And I'll give you an example of how I might use a specific video. I might, post an educational video on YouTube, then I'll embed it onto my website, and then I'll do maybe I'll do a breakdown of what was talked about in the video on the page, so the page could possibly rank along with the video. Include some great links that go throughout my website, so I do some internal linking, and now you've got a great opportunity to see all these things coming together. Okay, so are you using hashtag with your videos as part of the optimization? Yeah, you can. There's no right or wrong way. If the hashtags work, definitely. I love using hashtags, and even I'm a big LinkedIn guy. So I'll the cool thing is once you pop text in, even LinkedIn will give you some examples of great hashtags you should be optimizing with. And, you may do 3 to 5. I wouldn't get too crazy and add a ton of them. Add the ones that are most relevant to the videos. Okay. Call to actions. Here's why I see a lot of people really drop the ball. Every video should have a single purpose and a single call to action. So, if the video can't be tied back to a product or service, maybe you shouldn't be doing it. And again, it's not because you're trying to sell a product or service. It's just because at the end, the product or service should be an obvious choice for them to move forward. Because of course, at the end of the day, they watch the video, especially if it's coming from a business, for some type of education or ideal or aha moment, and now they need to go somewhere to take another action. And that call to action doesn't have to be buy my product. It could be read this next blog post, or join us at this live event, or download this checklist to help you do that next step. You're continuing to educate them, build a relationship, build trust. So that call to action has to be extremely aligned with why they're watching the video in the first place. So you set a goal that you can measure, customize the offer to be consistent to the message, offer real value. At the end of the day, people don't pay for the what, they pay for the how. Again, people don't pay for the what, they pay for the how. So my call to action is more about how they can do something versus what they can do, because what they can find all over the internet. But the how is very unique to you, how you do things, how you accomplish things, how you get things done, and shortcut this process for them so they can move on with the rest of their day. They can move on with the rest of their life. And then, of course, you send them to an optimized landing page that they can go and take that action, whether that's to enter their email to get something, whether it's an ebook or a coupon or sign up for an event or anything like that. So, you make it a streamless process so they don't have to do any additional work to find where they're supposed to go next, because they will not take that next step without you making it easy for them to do. Okay, so now that we kind of got through all that, let's go ahead and now look at these 6 videos and break down each video in regards to the elements that make these videos as powerful and popular as possible. Feel free to drop in any questions you may have as we keep going. So let's go with video number 1. Well, let's first of all go through that Magnificent 6. I was watching there's tons of movies. I think it's the Magnificent 8 and the Ridiculous 6 and all these other movies. I love them all. I was watching the Ridiculous 6 the other day. It was funny. Anyway, so here's the Magnificent 6. We got the welcome/about video. We got the traffic generating video. We got the lead generation video. We got the thank you slash upsell video. We've got the sales video. And we also have the advertising. I used to say the Magnificent Five, and then I added the advertising video because, of course, at the end of the day, that's an extremely powerful video for the bottom of the funnel, and it should be included in these 6 videos that you're using, depending on what you're doing. And I'm treating the sales video and the advertising video as 2 different types of video, even though they both produce sales. And I'll explain the difference between the 2. Okay, so let's talk about the welcome slash about video. Now, this is the video that won't necessarily sell much of anything, but it gives a lot of transparency to your organization. And that's what the younger generations are looking for. They're looking for transparency in these corporations. The bigger, the more transparency they want. So you can share your personal story. You can talk about your passion, your purpose, your mission. This helps people know this is a company that I want to patronize. I like what they're about. I like, what stands they're taking. It shows the human side of the business. So, I actually had, when I did my first welcome video, when I really got serious about it, I ended up selling a $1,000 product because of that video a half hour after I uploaded it from a friend who I thought would never, ever pay me money to do anything for him. And it wasn't because I sold a product or service. He calls me up. He goes, "Yeah, I saw your video on your Facebook channel, because I think I put it as a trailer on YouTube, and then I shared it on Facebook." And so he saw it there. He goes, "I don't necessarily know what you're selling, but I like what your message and purpose is, and how you help entrepreneurs is how I need help. So let's talk about what you can do for me." And that was the conversation. That was the starter. And it wasn't the product or service. It was how I worked with people like him, and how I helped them. And he bonded with that. And next thing you know, I sold him into $1,000 program. So that was pretty cool. Okay. So that's the power of a welcome video. And I call it the welcome about video because I typically will have this video on my about page. And that's where it lives. Every now and then I might share it out if people want people to know more about me as a consultant, or I'll do one. I have a new company we just launched, so we're going to be doing one for that new company. So it's not necessarily about me, it's about the company. And you can have one about you and the company, because you and the company are 2 different entities. And so you represent one aspect from a personal standpoint, and the company is the professional organization. Okay, so that's your welcome video. Your next video is your traffic generating video. This is the video you're going to do over and over and over and over again, because these videos are like your blog posts. If you guys are writing blogs, you're not writing one blog and calling it a day. You're writing a blog every week. Maybe you're writing once a month. Maybe you're writing 5 or 6 blogs a week because you're doing a blog a day. You're doing that because those are traffic generating pieces of content. This is the same thing with the traffic generating content. So you're providing true value. It's not salesy at all. It's one video, one problem, one solution. Okay. It's keyword optimized, and there's a very strong aligned call to action. This video I typically upload to YouTube. Why? Because I want it to be found in search, and YouTube is the biggest video search engine because it's owned by the #1 search platform, Google. Okay. So my first video, which is my about video, I might upload it to as the trailer on my YouTube channel, but I will also upload it to, say, Vimeo, and use that on my homepage, because I can track different analytics in Vimeo that I cannot in YouTube. And that's where you start to determine what's the purpose of the video from a professional end, from my business end. How do I want to be able to track? I want to tie this into my if you're using a customer relationship management tool or CRM, I could track that through Vimeo through my HubSpot platform. Okay, let me scroll here. I see some things. Awesome. I had someone tell me that they were attracting my energy. So they decided to reach out to me and do a strategy session. Exactly. Video is so powerful, and there's so many different ways you can use it. So, again, you're looking at, these traffic generating videos are keyword specific. So you're using keyword phrases to create content that at the end of the day is very educational and then makes a strong call to action. And typically from these videos, I'll drive them to a very specific page on my website, which is not my homepage. Do not drive traffic to your homepage. If you want to confuse them, drive them to your homepage, because now you're saying that they can figure out where they should be going from there, and that is not true. You drive them to a very specific page on your website that also has a strong call to action, so they can continue to move in the direction that you choose they should move in. You're putting too much power into them figuring it out on their own, and they're never going to do it. So the traffic generating video is probably is your most important video, because that starts your traffic. Okay. And you do enough of them, you're going to start getting that momentum. And again, this is the same video that I would use. I mentioned earlier that I would take the video and I would put it on my website, put some content under it, put some other stuff around it. This is that video that I would use for that, because this can be very, very, when you've got that momentum going, this will be very advantageous to the growth of the traffic coming to your website that is organic, so optimized. So traffic generating video, huge video. So now that you've got traffic coming to your website, okay, because of the videos that they're finding on YouTube or they're finding on your website, you're going to drive them somewhere with a strong call to action. So let's say they land on a landing page. Maybe it's an ebook download, whether it's a webinar that's upcoming that's relevant to them, a coupon. You can now you're going to have a lead generation video on that landing page that's specific to the one and only reason why they're there in the first place. So it's to build your list. You explain the benefits and that you promised them in the call to action. So if you said, hey, go to this site and you're going to download our checklist to get started with your whatever, when they land on that video, that page, there should be a video there that says, hey, thanks a lot. I'm glad you took that next step. Now all you have to do is put your email in here and we will give you that exact thing we told you were going to get. Don't start talking about your purpose. Don't start talking about the mission. Don't start talking about the 17 other things you sell. Stay on course with why they're there. And all you want is that email address, and then to take that next action. Okay. So that video shouldn't be more than a minute. I mean, if it's 30 seconds, 30 to 45 seconds, just stick to the point. And all they got to do now is you're just reconfirming why they're there in the first place, so they can continue to say, yeah, I'm in the right place. Okay. We'll keep going. After they've opted in, there's still opportunity to continue to build more of a relationship with them and steer them in the right direction. You're going to have a thank you video. And that video could possibly even be an upsell video if it makes sense. So you thank them and acknowledge them for what they signed up for. You made a right decision. You are on the right track to solving this problem or achieving this goal. Now you can give them additional call to action. Hey, here I've included our social media channels, which is a great way to communicate with us in real time. Or maybe, hey, people usually at this point, they may not want to read this entire ebook. They just want to get started today. So here's an opportunity for you for a discount price or for a limited time offer, book a consultation call now and get started. Or, if you're a SaaS company or whatnot, hey, I know you're trying to solve this problem, but our tool is extremely powerful in regards to solving this problem. Start a 7-day free trial today and just get started. If you don't want to read this book, there's an aligning upsell. There's so many opportunities for you to continue to build a relationship, and a small percentage will take you up on that. And if you don't ask, you don't receive. I'm going to say it again. If you don't ask, you don't receive. So you want to make sure that you're given as many opportunities. Now remember, all this is automated. You recorded all this stuff and you set it up in your system, your landing pages, your email marketing campaign, and it's doing a lot of the heavy lifting and pushing people through the funnel. Everybody's not going to make it to the end, but the ones that do are strong prospects for you to turn into to customers. Okay. So after you do the thank you video, now, what you might want to do is, maybe that offer you had was a free offer, but of course, everybody here's got a paid offer. So now that they've taken on the free offer, or maybe they've taken on an offer that was like $7, we call that a tripwire. Maybe it was like, get this $497 course for $7. that's a tripwire. Um, Automation is definitely the way to go. There is no other way to go other than automation, ladies and gentlemen. So the customer acquisition sales video. So what happens is after they've opted into something, you can serve them up a video to a bigger program, to a bigger opportunity. Now, some of them are going to want to read that more because you don't know where your audience is when they come into the funnel. So the goal is some of them are going to be just curious. Some of them are going to be waking up to the real world of I really do have a problem. And some of them are going, yeah, I have a problem and I need to find a possible solution. And some of them, the ones that are right on the fence, are going, I just need to make a decision because this is not working for me. And I need this problem solved. I need this goal achieved. And that's where that sales video comes in, where you can, this was my 20-minute video, and those that are at that point are going to start to engage with that video. So this video content is very heavily sales based. So it's no longer education. It's here's why this product will solve your problem. You offer them product or service that perfectly helps solve their problems. And then, of course, you can ask them to share with others. And, hopefully, if they do share this video with others, they'll give some context. But typically, if you have your landing page set up right, when they share the page, it'll share it from the beginning of the funnel so they can opt in and go through the same process as well. So that sales video is really meant at that point to be very sales oriented to get them to actually take an action. And then you got the final video. And so, all right, before we go there, here's how the 5 videos work together. Typically, they'll land with the traffic generating video, which is on YouTube and possibly on your website. And from there, we've got the welcome video, but sometimes they won't go to the welcome video. Typically, from the traffic generating video, they go to the landing page with the lead generation video on it. They opt in, they get hit with the thank you video. They opt in. I mean, they from there, you give them an opportunity to go further. So they click on a link and they land on a sales page with a sales video, or they land somewhere where there's a video that continues to move forward. So question is follow me a CTA? Follow me is a very weak call to action. Follow me is the same as sign up for my newsletter. No one really wants to sign up for a newsletter. You got to give them a compelling reason to do something. Everybody's listening to the radio station WIIFM. What's in it for me? So if you can't address what's in it for them, your conversion rates are going to be very, very, very low. Because I don't necessarily want to follow people, but if there's value there for me to follow them, then that's great. So follow me is make an offer on that page. If you don't have an ebook or something, you need to get one. If you or a very compelling reason why. So the follow me could be included. Follow me because every Monday we will launch a new this, and it's important for the growth of your business. So you got to so it needs to make sense for them to follow you. So don't just tell them to do it. Give them a compelling reason why to do it, and then the means to be able to do so. Okay. So that bonus video, that number 6 video is the advertising video. And this is the one you're going to use, you can use it on YouTube. You can use it across Google's platforms. You can use it on multiple other platforms like Taboola, to upload content. Even we're starting to do some advertising now on Hulu. And of course, that's video. That's, so it's video based. So we can leverage some of our online content that we use on the internet on YouTube. Now, the great thing about YouTube videos is they can only be 15 or 30 seconds long. And people go, well, I can't get my message in. I go, if you can't get your message in to get someone to take action in 15 to 30 seconds, then you need to understand what you really do so you can do that. Because when you only have so much real estate to work with, it makes you have to really focus on what is the real value here for the end user. So I'm not just rambling. So so the advertising videos, and we'll use a combination of SEO and paid ads. And so advertising video goes under paid ads. And if you don't have enough juice on your website to drive SEO, you use paid ads. And as you start to gain SEO value, meaning that you're driving traffic to your website because of SEO optimized content, then you can start to spend that ad budget on other things. And the great thing about video ads is, in some instances, it's pennies on the dollar when it comes to online advertising on Facebook and on Google, compared to even text-based ads. Text-based ads are a lot more expensive than video-based ads, and that's great for video producers. Okay, it can help you hyper target your prospects. So, one thing we're doing here at Moving Forward Small Business is once you're online, you're global. Okay, but at the end of the day, we want to focus on our own backyard. So we are targeting video campaigns just in the New York area where I'm at. Even though we could target everywhere else, but we want to concentrate on New York City. And then we're going to focus on other areas of the country as well that might have our target audience, Atlanta, Chicago, Miami, certain parts of California. And again, like I said, videos you can be paying 1 to 4 cents per video on Facebook, on YouTube, so it's a great form of advertising. It's just about making sure that you're creating ads that are compelling, relevant, and or helpful, and show the true value of your products or services. Okay. And then, of course, at the end of the day, you're going to integrate this with your overall marketing objectives. So you want to look at Cleveland. Oh yeah, Cleveland's in the house. I'm actually from Indianapolis. So, and I'll be there next week. So I'm looking forward to going home and seeing the fam. So integrate it with your overall marketing strategy. If you don't have one, you should be looking at that, because you don't want to be doing this stuff blindly. If you want to waste money, then do it without a plan. Download, type in marketing templates, and start filling it out and going through the process, so you have a structure and strategy around what you're doing. So when you're creating this content, you have a direction and you know what's right and what's wrong. Okay. So some of the things you should be using is a marketing calendar. You need to create a consistent shoot date, so sometimes I might bulk shoot on 1 or 2 days a month. Do all my in advance. I'll do all my keyword research, get my scripts together, and then at the end of the day, I can knock all this out in a day. And having a teleprompter, whether it using especially Big View, is an incredible opportunity to maximize your time and get all this content done, make it look great without feeling like, man, this was a total wasted day. Come out with a social media outreach plan and stick to that. Marketing Mondays. Savita has Marketing Mondays. And then you want to use tools and see like CRMs, email campaign software, analytics and scores programs to analyze and see how well your content is performing, what's being shared, what others are shared. One thing I didn't talk about is you also should be looking at your competitors. Your competitors will give you a lot of insight on what's working and not working and what's not working. There's no sense in recreating the wheel. You just want to make the wheel better. Okay. So you want to, use a tool that you can use. I have a tool. I think I may have it here. I have the Ultimate Marketing Research Tools. I have a download that you guys can do a little bit later here, but it'll give you a lot of tools based on what you're looking to do. But competitive research is really key. You can see the social media channels of your biggest competitors, see what content they're putting out there as another source of ideas that you can, so you can go, if they're talking about this topic is probably very important. I should be talking about this topic, but from my point of view. Okay. So looking at that, you do all this stuff, you're on your way to becoming an authority, leveraging video. But those, again, are the 6 videos we want to look at. I'm going to go back here real quick so we can, again, point them out. You're welcome in About Video. If you don't have one, get one created. That video, I would say, should be anywhere from 2 to 5 minutes long. Your traffic generating videos, on average, maximum 2 minutes, maybe 3 minutes, depending on if you're doing, what type of videos you're doing. The traffic generating videos might be the 5 key steps you need for blah, blah, blah. The 3 things that every law firm should know. Your lead generation video, 30 seconds to a minute maximum, just explains what's on the page. Your thank you video confirming what they're doing, that should, again, 45 seconds. Thanks a lot. Here's your next call to action. Your sales video, no limits. Depending on what you're selling, you could probably do it in a 5-minute video. You might need to do it in a 20-minute video. And then an advertising video, depending on the platform, some platforms only give you 15 to 30 seconds. Some platforms will give you a minute. Some platforms won't have a limit. So you just have to kind of adjust your videos based on that. And that, ladies and gentlemen, are here is our presentation today. So again, I mentioned I had resources. So that first book is called My Market Research Tool. So if you go to movingforwardsmallbusiness.com/small business, I'm not sure if you can see small-business-resources, you can download any of these books here. And also I see Big View put in my contact information, my website, and my email address. I'm very accessible. If you have questions about what we talked about today, I'll check the comment section to see if there's anything that I may have missed. And then again, if you guys are interested, Moving Forward Small Business is a membership site, and we're doing a lot of crazy content type stuff and for the small business and entrepreneur community. So if you want to join, definitely do so. But I thank you at this time for your saying, and say again how long the video should be. All right, so Free wants me to say how long the video should be, so I'll do that again. I'm going to take this down. You guys have my contact info in the chat. So let me get rid of this for a second. All right. So the videos, the first one is your welcome about video. That can be 2 to 5 minutes. It's really meant to just to break down who you are, maybe some key players in your organization. And, like I said, that purpose. Why does your business exist? How do you help the people you help? Describe the people. Maybe pull in a couple of testimonials in that. We didn't talk about testimonial videos, but that's another huge one that you can be doing. But you can integrate all that into a really compelling story about the why of you and your organization. 2 to 5 minutes. I wouldn't go more than 5. After that, it's still not as interesting to them as it is probably to you. The second one is your traffic generating video. These videos are found on YouTube primarily, and it's meant to be found in search and answer a specific problem, and then drive that traffic somewhere. I'm not interested in them being, as much as I would like them to subscribe to my channel, I'm more interested in getting them into my funnel, because now I don't have to advertise to them or try to reach out to them again, because I now have them on my mailing list. So that video, I try to keep from around 2 to 3 minutes. Now, that doesn't mean I don't have a 5-minute video, but I might have a very dense topic that I have to talk a little bit longer on. But on average, 2 to 3 minutes. For your lead generation video, that video that lands on that initial landing page after they click through, should be about 30 seconds to a minute. The only focus of that video is, thank you for coming to this page. Here's what's on this page. Here's why you want this thing. And the next thing I want you to do is get it. So get the email address. We ask for this information because we want to make sure that we give you what you need, or whatever you want to say. They do that. They land on the thank you page, get a video up there. Hey, wow, you did it. I'm excited. Let's take that next step. And here are some other things you can do to start the process, to start the journey, to start the whatever it is. You're giving them, you're thanking them for doing it, and you're giving them again another step that's very aligned. And then finally is a sales video. And again, that sales video, there's no link to that video. It just depends on what you're selling. If you're selling a high-end coaching program, you might need to walk through some of the levels of the program so they know what they're investing in. If you're selling art or something like that, you might talk about the community. You might, you got to figure out, you might share a little bit more insight on the process of you creating that art. There's so many different things you can talk about, but now if they're that far in the funnel, they're more interested in what you have to say versus if they just met you and they're like, I don't, if I need this. Okay. And then of course you add videos, depending on the platform would tell you how long the videos can be. Or when we're advertising on Hulu, they can't be any longer than 15 to 30 seconds. But if I do on YouTube only, then they can be as long as I want them to be. But I always err on the shorter side because you only got 3 to 5 seconds to get their attention in the first place. So you want to keep it simple if you can. Um, so I'm seeing here. Thank you guys. I guess you enjoyed the presentation. I enjoy presenting this. Do we have any additional questions? If not, then we're probably going to tune out. But like I said, you can reach out to me, movingforwardsmallbusiness.com or Jimmy at movingforwardsmallbusiness.com. I thank you all for your time. And Bruno, you want to jump back up, sir?
Yeah. Thank you for the presentation, the partnership, Jimmy. It was wonderful. Watch all these webinars. And guys who are watching us, subscribe to our channel because we are doing a lot of workshops here and definitely will help you to grow your business. And also, we're doing a big deal on AppSumo right now that we're selling a lifetime on BigView. So if you're interested in this, just send a message to our support. We're going to send you directly to this link. Actually, better access this link that I just sent here on the comments on the chat, and you'll be able to purchase a lifetime subscription. No more monthly or annual subscription, lifetime. And again, thank you, Jimmy, to be here with us. Hope to have you again really soon to give us more information. And any final message that you want to leave with our audience?
No, just if you're doing video, review your strategy and determine and see where you might be missing. If you haven't done video and you've been on the fence, don't be afraid. Just turn on the camera and just go for it and try your first one. You know, video is definitely here to stay, and you might as well get involved as soon as possible.
Pretty good, pretty good. Thank you guys, all of you. Thank you, Jimmy, and hope to see you guys really soon.
Take care, guys. Thank you.